Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Old School with you here, and it's gonna be a chill one tonight. I just really couldn't get myself motivated to do a show, even though I've got a lot of time right now. For those of you that are regulars of the channel and kind of know a little bit about the backstory stuff that I've been dealing with in my personal life, right now me and my girl decided to just give a little bit of space because, as I mentioned, her family has been really disapproving, and haven't even met me in a year's time, so what the hell, they disapprove of somebody they haven't even given a chance to. But with the holidays, and then we've got a ton of stress at work right now, a lot of people in our business that don't need to be. We're still, in touch. We're still going to hang out, but we're kind of, in separate living arrangements right now for a little bit. Hoping once we get through the holidays and back into January, we get to a point where we start discussing, a future back the way it was. So in the meantime, didn't really have it in me for a full-on show tonight, even though I kind of wanted to do one. I just don't feel like I would be doing much justice to it. But I appreciate you guys that are here, and you all been like family for so many years. A lot of you guys have been here forever and ever. I see Primetime, I see Big JH. Love you guys, mean it. So thought we could just do something silly like this and chill out a bit. So up on the screen, make sure I got the right screens up. Once I start bouncing around here, it could switch screens on me and I won't even know it. Hold on. All right, this way, no matter what, it'll all be there. So I know you're looking at what I'm looking at. So we got some Cade. How you doing, buddy? Today I was working on Grandmaster Sexay and Scotty Too Hottie because I saw that there wasn't a single one of them up there, really. A lot less creations this year, or a lot less creators this year because of how bad 2K is. But I find it an interesting challenge to try. So I mentioned in my last stream, if y'all didn't see, that you max out on how many... How do I want to phrase this? I can do a face scan and import it. And by the way, it's a trick nowadays because you can't just upload logos like you're supposed to. Sometimes you have to upload them 3 or 4 times before it finally goes through. So I can do a face scan upload, but the page that would have all your face scans on it won't scroll. So only those first, I think, is it first 12? Whatever the first 12 are the only ones that you'll be able to get access to and use. So that said, if you delete ones that are in the top 12 to try and bump it up a little, then they're going to, take out that call that you have. So there are a couple of other ways around that, but man, it's a lot of work. I'd have to take those top 12 calls and back them up to the server, then turn around and import the new face scans. It just gets to the point of ridiculous. This is such a broken mess. Anyway, what I'm going to work on real quick here are the movesets, and to help me with the movesets, I've got a video somebody had put up with the movesets from 2K14 or 16 or something like that. I'll tell you in a second. So I'm basically going to just grab enough to give it a flavor of these two guys. They don't have the correct entrance, so we're not really going to... I don't think that. I'm pretty sure they got rid of it. It hasn't been in the game for a couple years, I don't think. Let's see. What am I looking for here? Pop out. Pop out. Pop out. I want to take that and shrink it over there. Come back here. Here we go. Okay, now we up and running. So let's see. We bounce over here, and we want to go to our taunts. We're going to start with our taunts. All right, this is back in 2K16 when there was only just taunts in general. There wasn't, depending where you were standing, taunts. So we'll go with standing the crowd, and I'm not even sure any of these are still in there, but we'll find out. So the first one we want is Running Man. And it's still there. Hello. And we want Jiving. Jiving ain't there. So we will have to come up with something else. Yeah, these are the most time-consuming portions of a build when you're putting together a move set. I know some of these people, like Tongueless, man. I mean, his stuff is so detailed, and I can only... For him to do a created wrestler in a game has got to be probably 3 to 4 hours minimum for one. Just for one. Probably more than that. Alright, so we're talking about 2 sexy. Yeah, I'll go with that. It's a little bit flamboyant and over the top. Pop locking. Thank you. And by the way, I'm getting this off the video by Get Notorious XBL, so if you want to check out his YouTube, you can. Kate, I am so looking forward to NWA having a pay-per-view. I really am. I didn't pre-order it to save the $5, but yeah, I'm not real familiar with how Fight works, and I know I won't be able to watch it live. So yeah, I figure I'll wait till I get home and then look at my options at that point in time, but I'm looking forward to it. And we need moonwalking. That's got to be in there, right? It's not. Are you serious? Surely you can't be serious. I am, and don't call me Shirley. All right, so no moonwalking. Oh, wait, there it is. Right in front of you, dumbass. Not very good, but okay, it's moonwalking. And at this point, we'll just duplicate pop locking, I guess. Actually, let me take a look at Party Express. No, that ain't going. Okay, yeah, the big news. The man himself, John Morrison, to be appearing very shortly in the WWE back again. Very happy about that. I always said he was one of the most underused talents they had. He should have been the next Shawn Michaels, and they let it go. Wrestle Kingdom is always stacked, aren't they? I haven't heard about their card at all because I never really watched that, but I do know that they have big super card events, no doubt about it. All right, we're looking for pop locking. Boom. All right, we're going to leave the other ones. I ain't going to worry about that. Standing to opponent. We'll do some running man. We said driving wasn't there, so we have moonwalking, pop locking. We'll go pop. Oops. Who would I put John Morrison against first? Oh, my Lord. That is such a good question. It deserves a little time. Well, we don't know what brand he's coming to. You would presume Raw, but it's a toss-up. I'd be a little surprised to see him to go to NXT, although I'd love him in NXT because there's a whole bunch of potential there. So, and I don't even know who's on the Raw, SmackDown versus Raw roster versus SmackDown roster. I don't watch that crap anymore, so I don't know. But let's just go by name recognition alone. John Morrison, who do I think? Obviously, Daniel Bryan would give him a great match, and it would be a fun match to watch. Presuming they're both going to be baby faces. That why can't it happen? You see, that's the thing with WWE. Why can't that happen? Let it happen. I don't know, though. I mean, Daniel Bryan is the first name that pops into my head. but I'm not sure if I looked at the roster, I wouldn't come up with something different. Matter of fact, I'm sure I would. I'm not a big Ricochet fan, but I'm sure they have a great match. Let me get this moving along a little bit, too, while I just have a hard time right now. I've slept so little in the last, now going on 24 hours, because that's about how long it's been. If you guys checked out my other channel, for those of you that know about the gaming channel that I do, I'm doing a thing with Rocket League called DUI, where I was legitimately drunk yesterday and decided I wanted to see what it'd be like to drive drunk, so I got on Rocket League. And I didn't do that bad. Might give me a false sense of security. I could do that in a real car, so try to avoid that, though. I know moonwalking is here because I've seen it. Why do I not seen it now? All right, we'll give him something different then. Oop, go the wrong way. Alphabet, man, it's a bitch. What, see how the thing jumps around like that? Oh, yeah, because when you go to N, it goes to none, and then goes straight to A's again. It's like, God, what did they not screw up in this game? I mean, it'll be a much shorter list if you just do it that way. I'm going to come back to that answer, though, because I know there's a good match to be booked. Huh. Well, I guess it doesn't like giving it to you here. All right, let's go Running Man then. And finally ground to the opponent, which will be the same again. We'll check out this one more time, see if this jiving thing exists. But it doesn't. No moonwalking. Huh. Only for that one taunt option there. A one-man band. That's Crash Holly, I believe. Ah, the Nexus. Yeah, I like that one. Alright, we'll say that's good. Top row, middle row, blah, 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 near corner. Alright, so we got that there. Let me advance this video a little bit to see what he's got going here. Strikes and stuff. I'm not going to worry about that. We'll pick it up at this. Yeah, before I get deeper into that. Let me just check something here real quick. All right, so who would I put John Morrison against? As I look down the roster, Buddy Murphy would be a match that would probably be worth watching. In all honesty, booking him first, I wouldn't even have a problem with him going against Brian Kendrick. Brian's at the end of his career. You know he'll do the job. Give him a good match. Let him, come in on a winning note. I think Brian Kendrick wouldn't be a bad choice as a startup. I don't know that you need to propel him right into the main event right off the bat. I hear Hulk Hogan wants one more match at WrestleMania. That could be a good one. I'm just kidding. So kidding. Adam Cole just too small for me. AJ Styles, now we're talking. Wait a minute. That would probably be a great one right there. Now the question is, do they want to job out AJ? I mean, you got to job out whoever you're going to put him up against. Otherwise, why'd you bother? I don't want to see them doing to him what they did with Shelton Benjamin. He's way better than that. No knock on Shelton, I'm just saying. Of course, a match with Alexa Bliss would be worth watching, too. Yeah, no. Let's see. So right now I'm leaning towards Brian Kendrick to get things started for just maybe a mini-series, a 3-week feud, something like that. And then AJ would be a good follow-up to that. Let's see. Baron Corbin, hell no, man. They've killed him. That stupid suit gimmick just... Oh, the Lone Wolf was what they should have worked with, and they should have done a better job with it. I was a big fan of Corbin's in the beginning. Now it's like, through no fault of his own, but I just can't. Bobby Lashley, hell no. Strowman's used up already. Still kind of like Buddy Murphy is another maybe. Let's see. I don't know. He could probably have a good match with Drew McIntyre. I just don't think that between the two of them, their mic skills would get it over. And by the way, Drew's another one that should have been. They were both from that same time period. Both of them should have been the torchbearers, and it just wasn't done right. Another one would be Jeff Hardy, if he's still under contract. I don't know what's going on with that. I think Jeff wouldn't, he'd lay down and do the job. That could be a good one. And by that token, Matt probably could too, but I just don't think you'd have the same sizzle. So right now, I'm leaning towards, unless some name jumps off the list at me here. Yeah, I really don't see anything else there that's the least bit appealing to me. Definitely not Seth Rollins. That's a dead horse. I was saying that back when Seth was over. Like, I don't get why he's over. He's boring, man. He's like milk. Again, nothing against the guy. I'm sure he's a great guy. But he does nothing to make me want to watch him. Not that he can't wrestle. He can. I just don't want to watch him. So, yeah, that's what I would do. I would have him do a little mini thing with Kendrick to get the wins under the belt and get some TV time. And then go from that into a program with AJ Styles. So that's the answer to the question. Joey Ryan in the NWA would kind of fit what? Well, what would Joey Ryan fit? Luke Harper going to the NWA. I'd be in favor of it, yeah. I mean, he's a name. I'm trying to remember what his other name is. He just copyrighted it recently. It was just up on the blurb. And I know it. I just can't think of it right now. His other name before WWE. It's like one of those right there on the top of my head. I just can't get it out there. All right. Let's go to these next movesets here, shall we? We're going with grapples, front face locks, knee strike one. Bam. Some of these, all these years later, they still there. Hangman's elbow. Well, we got everything else except the elbow. Yeah, we'll give him that one. What the hell? Front slam. That's pretty generic. Back then, there was only one. Oh, how times have changed. Snapmare and big boots. Well, we have Snapmare and knee snare. Oh well. Russian leg sweep number 2. Thank God that's still in the game. Drake Dunn, how you doing, buddy? Brody Lee, thank you. That is the answer to the question, which is a pretty cool name. Wrestling Universe, man, I'm hanging in there, brother. It's been a rough 24 hours, but I'm hanging in there. All right, let's see what they got next on this video. So, limb target, back elbow. Let's stick with that one. Headbutt to shoulder. Do we have a headbutt to shoulder? We do. Shoulder breaker number 2 is already there. Shin breaker. Okay, there's that. So as I said, this is just kind of a chill out session. I was going to be doing this work on these two guys anyway. I've already uploaded them if you guys wanted to just grab the figures, but in the meantime, I'll be re-uploading them again with the movesets once I'm all done with them, so might want to just chill out and wait for that as well. But anything's open for discussion tonight. All right, Running Bulldog. Double buster. Wow, really? No Running Bulldog? I'd say I'm a little surprised, but go with that one. Flipping neck breaker. Do you think that's really the name of it, like flipping neck breaker, or is like flipping a filler for another word that they had in mind from whoever took one? Strong with your neck. Ah, flipping neck breaker. Flatliner, flatliner. Number 1. The pendulum is Gonna go to DD25. There's no 5. I like that one. No, Drake, not a lot of fun. And hello, Matthew. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. There's not a lot of fun to be had, but it is what it is. What can I tell you? Oh, we've already done Universe. We've already done a couple of shows. It's all in the playlist. It's all broken down by, which 2K it is. So you'll see 2K20, and we have some Attitude Era, and then we got WCW. So take your pick. Yeah, it's more fun when you're not playing. That's about as good as I can get it, man. He took the words. I was watching another video earlier that I guess Fire Pro has some more DLC stuff up or something like that. But, man, I was really I thought I was going to really get into Fire Pro because I used to big time Jones for that game. And, yeah, just can't do it. Sidewalk Slam number 3. Spine Buster number 4. It's like McDonald's ordering a value meal. I'll take a Spine Buster number 4. Large Coke with that. Hammerlock Lariat. I get the feeling that one might not be here. I would be right. We already have a DDT. I don't want to go there again. Go with that. And then the Pendulum Backbreaker. Let's see if that's there. It is. If you see me skipping, it's because 2K16 didn't have these categories. Going over DDT. DDT 11. He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man. Or they have them in a different order. And again, I am getting these off of a video from 2K16 that was put up by Get Notorious XBL. So if you see a move that you don't think fits the character, well, I'm just taking what he's got there because I ain't got time. Yeah, you know what? I don't know that they need to take a break. I think they need to do is get a team in there that knows what the fuck they're doing. How 2K has a contract anymore with anybody is beyond me. I mean, they just keep screwing up every franchise they touch, so. Is what it is. All right, medium grapples, rear, boom. We need back suplex number 9. I'm going to go this way. There ain't no numbers. Oh, here we go. And no number 9. 8 works. Oh, there was blacks. It actually has 8 there separately. All right, so we got to go with another one. See if we find something. Yeah, it looks pretty rugged. Back neck breaker. There you are. And Russian Lake Suite number 1. You know what, Drake? I'm not sure if I can totally agree with that. It depends what the game is. You got to remember, when the game launches, they're already working on the next one. It's not like they have 12 months. They've already started working on the next one. If you have your base engine in place and you have all your code set up already, now all you're doing is adding to it and tweaking it a little here and there. There's no reason not to be able to put out. I mean, think about how easy it would have been to make this game this much better. How hard is it to put in guest referee? They've had it. It's simple. There's no reason they can't do it. They haven't. Simple things like that you haven't had forever, the fans have been clamoring for. Instead, they work on these friggin' marsh arenas and the swamp. It's like, no, that's not what we want. Nobody asked you to make a swamp arena. I guarantee it. Maybe the developers' kids thought it'd be cool, but that's about all I can come up with. I used to think that way about Madden back in the day, and could they get away without doing it annually? They could, but then they lose money. Because it's like, well, it's a football game, and football is football, and it's football this year, and it's football next year. Yeah, they might tweak a rule here and there, but it's the same game. And each year, of course, they'd have the new roster updates, new uniforms. Speaking of uniforms, and this is going to jump way off target, like I said, we're chilling today. That's what this is all about, whatever y'all want to talk about. I have not watched the NBA, and I cannot tell you how many years. But I'm having lunch with my girl the other day, and we're in a restaurant, has TV on with the Orlando Magic playing. And that was my team back in the day. You know, I went to their very first ever game when they expanded and had a franchise granted here, and then I went to a whole mess of games as a season ticket holder for a little while during the Shaq Petty era. And, man, what happened? Oh, my God. We used to have some of the coolest uniforms in the league. Now, wow, I'm glad I'm out. It is fugly. It is 2K20 fugly. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Orlando Magic uniforms. But then also look at the uniforms back in like 91. We had nice color scheme. We had nice little logos. And man, now it's just bleh. To quote a famous person, those will put asses in the seats. Then again, the way they play, that's probably the right uniform because it does look like puke. Strong grapple from the rear. That doesn't sound good, does it? Oh, yeah, man. The 90s were great. Everybody had good shit. Hell, Charlotte Hornets, man. You know, speaking of the Pistons, I was mentioning the Magic's, first ever game. It was an exhibition game against the Pistons, who had just won the championship a few months earlier. So, of course, we're an expansion team coming against the world champs. We're about to get our asses kicked. Magic won that game, and that's what hooked me into basketball. That one game made me a fan. It's like I couldn't believe we won. I knew it didn't matter for anything, but the Pistons were playing to win. They left starters out there in the fourth quarter of a preseason game one because they didn't want to lose as champions and look weak coming in, losing to this team and nobody's leftovers, everybody's rejects. But that's what happened. All right, strong grapples. I need spinning, headlock, and elbow drop. Spinning. There we go. Backbreaker drop. The electric chair. And the wrist lock lariat. Say that 3 times fast, I dare you. It's no there. Trying to remember what we would have as a name for Jake Roberts' clothesline, but it might just be under one of the many clothesline. Nope. Oh, we're also from behind, so. That'll work. All right, we did the taunt, we did that. We're just going to hit the finishers at this point. Like I said, I'm not going to kill myself on movesets. I just want to give it a little bit of the flavor. And then once you download it, if you choose to download it, you can do whatever you want. We go special moves. Yeah, college ball I have not watched. I'm 20, 30 years probably. Did not see Duke. Nope. Drake, yeah, I totally agree, man. The Magic uniforms right now are just trash. But then again, the team doesn't do anything either, so. Owners have given up a long time ago. Threatened to walk out. If we didn't build them an arena, we build them an arena, they still won't build a team. Grew up outside of Nacogdoches. Nacogdoches. Never heard of that place, but I like it. Thank you so much, Barnett. I appreciate you. I really do. Douches. What was that movie? Roadhouse. Sam Elliott pulls up on his motorcycle. Well, damn, look at that. The double douche. He's from Nacogdoches. Still in there. Look at that. And Super Kick 4. We know that'll be there. Okay, there's those two. Not sure we're going to have this, but let's see. Dancing leg drop. We do. Hip hop. What's that? Hip hop drop. Wow, I am surprised some of this stuff is still in the match in the game. That cannot be a finisher. I don't really see that being a finisher either. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with the other dancing leg drop because I just can't see that. Suicide dive. Let's see, what do I want to do here? We'll go with that one. And through the announce table. At this point, I'm kind of freelancing it myself now. How is it other than the glitches? No, my friend. There is nothing other than the glitches. It is just glitches. Yeah, you're definitely better off sticking back then than you are going up to this thing. Alright, let's see. What do we want to use? Yeah, that's a little bit more like it. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Accidente. No. My least favorite one, drop toe and elbow. It's like everybody uses it. Let's see, double cross runner. Foot stomp sliding, yeah. Sean, I feel bad for you, brother, man. This kid won't even play the game because he sees how broken it is. Definitely good for some laughs. Yeah, I can go with that. Oh. What are these dual finishers? Oh, yeah, okay. All the same. All right. For now, at least, I'm going to say that's enough moveset for Grandmaster Sexay. Is she really forming a group? Like, legit? Because that'd be funny. And then we need Scotty over here. Where you at, Scotty? Scotty too hotty. I love the idea. I really do.
He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man, working hard for the man. Hey, he's a man.
And again from 2K16. And again from Get Notorious XBL. Alright, we're going to start out with the taunts. Spank one. Ooh, baby. Let's see what Spank 2 does, because we already know there's no jiving. Good enough. Kofi Kingston 2. Well, we ain't getting Kofi 2. Let's go to 1. And the moonwalk. We got the taunts out of the way, which, again, I think that's a big part of giving a flavor to these guys. Strikes I'm not worrying about too much. There's never going to be a real big difference in that. Snake, Kofi, and Moonwalker. And we know Moonwalking also is not there. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, we'll give that to him. Yeah, everyone's a little upset about spending all that money, and so far as waiting for it to get cheaper, you didn't have to wait very long. By the way, if you really want to get it cheap, stick around, because if you haven't heard, GameStop's almost out of business, and between now and January 30th, there's a really strong odds that the GameStop nearest you will be closing its doors. They're doing it already in increments. They've shut down over 300 stores overseas, and as of Black Friday, which they absolutely bombed. It was horrible sales for them on Black Friday. So corporate has had some emails that have leaked out, and yeah, they're shutting stores down in droves. So, want to get a cheap copy of something? Don't let them talk you into the annual plan either, because they ain't gonna be here. Yeah, there's all kinds of... There's this one dude, I can't think of his name right now, former GameStop employee, built his whole channel on just how bad it is to work for GameStop. And it has evolved, because now all the GameStop... He's a former employee. And now all the people that are current employees are anonymously sending him inside information, you know, corporate emails, things like that, because he's their voice on just how bad it is. The way they treat their employees is absolutely horrific. I thought my place of working was pretty bad, but shit. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Maybe I'll be starting a YouTube channel as well about working conditions at a large company that's pretty well known the world over. But I got news for you. A lot of people talk the talk when it comes to business, but if you don't walk the walk, then you're nothing. Front slam. I feel like I probably could have just soon copied. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. What am I doing the hard way for? And from here, I just got to go in and tweak out a few little things. And by few, I mean very few. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take the special moves, obviously. Leg drop bulldog. Two-handed. Let's see. There we go. Bounce over here to finishers. Worm. He is open. Oh, did they take out the worm? No. Ugh. Could it be under T? It is. Oh, thank you, God. I would have ruined it. That was a close one. Not going to lie. Mugshot. I don't know what mugshot is, but let's see. There it is. Ah, yes. I do recall. All right. Now, what I will do is take, I don't know whose. Let's see. Somebody who has a similar style. Just so that they don't have the exact same moveset, but I'm just not going to go through all of it. So I need somebody who's kind of got that little flash and dash style, like an Xavier Woods, for example. Yeah, I'm good with that. And I will get rid of everything from Xavier, with the exception of, let's say, the corner, apron, Irish whip. That's going to go away. So just the basic in-ring moveset will change up a little bit that way. And there we have that. That's pretty much how I throw a moveset together if it's not in the game. Which, by the way, it's another thing out of the game. They used to have those presets, which didn't have a name to them, but you knew whose moves they were based on the sets. Those are gone. Yeah, if you got 3 GameStops in Longview, I can assure you you'll have one by January 30th, if you're lucky. Well, let's put it this way. Those going out of business that are already aware of it already have signs up, but only up to 30% off. There'll be much bigger discounts later on. Yeah, Barnett, I think a lot of people have that workplace issue right now. I'm not sure why. With unemployment at the lowest numbers we've seen in a very, very, very long time, you'd want to keep employees because all the good ones are snatched up. If you're unemployed currently, chances are, I mean, yeah, there are case-by-case scenarios. I'm not saying there's nobody unemployed right now that's not qualified, but a lot of times it's just somebody who really doesn't want to work that much to begin with. So when you have unemployment as low as it is right now, getting good people ain't easy. And I can tell you that firsthand because of what we get. All right, Sean, let me know in the next stream how you did with that. All right, so they've got their movesets to the point where I'm okay with them. Still can't believe they did not put Vader's mask in the game this year. Unbelievable. Let's go hit up the universe and do an entrance for him, and we'll be good to go. We want to continue. Of course we want to continue. How can we do anything if we don't continue? Then over here, we want to go to my calendar. I wonder if they have them in there. They do. Let's see. I don't know. Do they have a finisher? Sure, one of you guys will know. Let me know if they had a finisher. I always feel like they finished it off with the worm pretty much. That was to go home, wasn't it? All right, here's where we get interesting. Tag team entrance. And let's see if they have one for them still in the game. I doubt it, seriously. That was several years back. But sometimes they keep this stuff around.
Turn it up.
That was interesting.
Turn it up.
The worm and then hip hop drop, and they don't really have hip hop drop in the game anymore. So, the worm it is. You know, at the end of the day, this may end up being the one because I don't think they have the entrance in this year's game. And if anyone knows yes or no for that, let me know. Gonna scroll through this kind of quickly here and see if anything jumps out to me that could be there. Pretty sure all the generics are going to be former, but yeah. Scotty getting a little too funky right now.
Isn't he handsome?
Yeah, I think that's a Muda's entrance one, so I'm going to kick that out. Oh, hip hop drop is a leg drop off the top rope. Well, I'll go back and add that then. We can do that. Once again, if anybody knows if their interest is still in 2K20, that ain't. Let me know. Heavy Machinery, Hollywood Blondes, Hooligans. What's Hooligans?
Isn't he handsome?
You know what? That ain't terrible.
Turn it up.
I kind of like Hooligans as a backup if we don't have it.
That was interesting.
Vanillis' style. Last name's only going to be what, the Dudleys, I believe. Luchas. Oh, yeah, man. They put this in the game. I don't think it was in last year's. Or I missed it if it was. Could almost get away with it. Actually, I think I will switch over to that as I continue looking.
Give me handsome.
Wasteland. There's another one that might work. All right, you guys have to weigh in now. Let's presume there isn't the actual entrance here, which I don't think there is. What do you guys think works best? All Night that we have up here on the screen, or Tag Team Extreme Party? Yes, that is Matthew Soper. That was Public Enemies. Which of these two would you think would work best? I could go with either one of them equally. I think they both look pretty good as a substitute. I may be leaning a little bit more to this one more because of the whole fact that it is Public Enemy and it would be a nice nod to them. So for that purpose alone, I think we might want to go with that. Yeah, Matthew agrees. I agrees. This is about old school at the end of the day. All right.
Turn it up.
So the music will be out because I'll be putting this in.
That was interesting.
Turn it up.
Get our attitude on. Tag team victory. Wahahaha. PG-13. Wow. Wolfie D and what's the name? Shit. Can't think of his name.
Give me handsome.
He looks a little like Jerry Lawler to me. I don't know. Could we be looking at the next tag team champions? JC Ice, thank you. JC Ice and Wolfie D. Two of the wrestlers most in need of a sandwich. Yeah, she had Brian Christopher was Lawler's son.
Give me handsome.
Back in the old USWA, where PG-13 kicked their thing off. And then you had Dundee with his kid.
Turn it up.
All right, so we got that, we got that, we got that.
That was interesting.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
Now it's a party. I was debating on whether I want him in there or not. I know they don't have a dancing entrance for 3. Well, I'll tell you what, let's do this. See if we get lucky here in some way or another. Did they not have that match? Because PG-13 did that little run in WWE with the NOD. Seems like their paths would have collided. Wow, unbelievable. Well, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of plans for the Nation of Domination because we're already with the APA. Otherwise, I would do something like that. Seems impossible to believe that those two teams wouldn't have gotten in the ring at some point. Damn. Would have been interesting. Yeah, I do vaguely recall that. And I was never a real PG-13 fan. Just didn't do anything for me. Thought they were too small to be believable. That said, I did kind of like it when they come out with the mic work and stuff like that as the preamble to the Nation of Domination. All right, let's see if there is a way to do this. Otherwise, we'll just cancel the third member of the party and have a separate entrance, which was what I was planning on going with anyway. I should just have him wrestle with the glasses on because, my God, that is a dead ringer. No, this got like a bunch of pinatas and shit. New Day. I don't see how I could possibly get away with New Day, but let me just see. And it goes like this. We off to the alligator. Don't be such a yo-yo. You got to move it after the chic. Oh my God. It's in the game. To the beat. All right, everybody sing along now. Come on, you know the words. It's actually pretty appropriate to have this song playing with this entrance going. I don't know. This could possibly work. I wish you didn't have the towel. That's another one in the old games. You used to be able to remove props. So, like, the water bottle would go away on Evolution's entrance, and you'd be able to lose that little towel right there. You know what? I'm not going to say no. That is literally the only maybe. Switch. Did I not switch? Scotty and Rikishi. Rowdy Roddy Piper in his heyday.
McMahon, Jesse Ventura reads like the who's who, but I'm glad to get away from it, really.
Indeed, that was a battle royal of music if there ever was one.
I'll tell you, that's funky, chaotic rock if I ever heard it. Wasn't King Kong Bundy great?
He was off key.
Yeah, I'm going to go with this.
Ever. I'll tell you, though, I happen to be next to Junkyard Dog, and he was superb, really.
Junkyard Dog, let me tell you something.
So, Matt, with 2K20, I'm only doing the Attitude Era stuff. So you got WWE or WWF back then still, and going up against WCW.
Getting ready to do, what is this?
By the way, that's not my Rikishi. It's somebody else's. All right. They be done. I just got to go back and change that top rope leg drop, which now it's all coming back to me. I do recall that. One more thing I got to do, which is add them to the roster. Nope. All right. Well, the tag team roster is pretty well stacked in here. Yeah, Matt, we always taking suggestions, man. Community, that's what it's about. I can't always make them come to truth, but I like to hear feedback and see how I can tweak it in there and work it in. Sometimes just use it all together. Just depends what you got. Yeah, I heard that he did that, but he still won't call them that. In other words, like they can turn around during a promo, for example, and call somebody a bad wrestler or whatever they're going to do. They can use the word wrestler now. But as far as the WWE corporate is concerned, they are superstars, and they're going to stick with that. I do not currently have Meng. I figured I would end up getting one when I saw one that was already made. I didn't plan on making one myself since I can't get the face scans in. But what do you have in mind? See, this is one of the things about the game I hate. You have to redo the whole thing here on the main. If you want to just have random matches and stuff that you can throw together without being in universe mode, you got to do it all over again here. You can't just do it out here, copy that, and bring it into universe mode like you can when you make arena shows, which is stupid as hell, and how many years later they still haven't fixed that. But I digress. I'm pretty sure, I want to say the belt's in the game. You just can't add belts. So they do have another patch allegedly coming out very, very soon because this new tier stuff is coming out. And with it should be coming a patch which they claim, unofficial sources claim, that Create a Championship will then be back in the game. I claim that if that happens, the game will never work again. 3 count, Big Rosie. Talk about a squash match. What was the one we went with up here? I know it was the team part. There it is. Definitely moves a little faster the second time around when you kind of know where everything's at. Oh, WCW 3 count. Forgot all about that. Yeah, that would be entertaining. Would have been good for the invasion angle once they bought out WCW. Although I'm not sure Too Cool was still around at that point or not. Think you could tell them what to do? Yvonne. Or Evad. Evad Sullivan.
Kick your ass.
New Day 1 or 2?
Who's gonna kick your ass? Who's gonna kick your ass? Who's gonna kick your ass? I tell you. Damn breaks, little man.
Turn it up.
Invasion angle was a letdown in so many reasons. The Arena Football League, are they back? Oh, I was going to say, they were fun. Orlando always had a good team. Okay, always might be a stretch, but we usually had a good team. We were competitive. We were in the playoffs more times than not. Got a few championships, I think. Yeah, no, it doesn't look too good. I remember when they were shutting it down. That was right after that season, Fourth and Loud, where the rock band Kiss, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley bought the Las Vegas team. And I thought with that kind of a show going and people watching that and seeing the product through that, it would maybe stir up a little more entertainment or interest in the event. They were pretty entertaining. I mean, honestly said, it could be a lot worse. Wish I could get rid of that damn towel, though. WCW talent was afraid they'd be buried? What would give them such an idea? All right, we'll just go with a regular tag team.
Jimmy Hansen.
Turn it up.
That was interesting.
Turn it up.
Okay. Yeah, but if Sting would have come over initially, I don't see them burying him because there was too much money to be had. Would he have lost matches? Of course, he's going to lose matches, but I think he'd have won a few as well. I don't think there would have been a real point in burying him because he was so over, and you don't have to worry about making the top star in your rival look good in your company because now you won the war, so it's your company. It's your guy. It's your cash cow now. He's going to make money for you. I say run with that horse. Well, what do I know? Did I not put them together as a tag team?
The following contest is
Well, they are in universe mode anyway.
Turn it up.
and their opponent at a combined weight of 428 pounds.
Oh, come on.
Turn it up.
What's up with this shit, man? I'm trying to get my entrance on. Damn you, Hardy Boys. By the way, did I pick one of the Hardy Boys? I probably did. Should just play their entrance music all the way through, kind of like, oopsie, I missed him. The Gangsters back in the day. All right, let's see how this looks and see how it feels and all that good stuff there. Oopsie. Got the pop. Oh, shit. Almost took out his own team. What in the hell is Scotty Boy doing? Hitting that right 2 button. Muscle memory. Maybe changing the button schemes around is why the game completely sucks. Well, I forgot to add that leg drop. I gotta still do that. Targeting. Damn, Jeff O took you way too long. And we get a trophy, and that's special. Everyone gets a trophy just for playing. Nice. Oh, snap. Look at that move. Jeff's in trouble. Uh-oh. W-O-R-M. And they get the win. Holy cow. Matt over there with his hamburger. All right. Our movesets here real quick and fix that up a little bit. New Jack. What about New Jack? That gangster music thing? Never a New Jack fan. That boy's just he's a problem child. What am I looking here? Grandmaster. Let's see. Moves. Finisher. So we're diving. I like the way that the leg just lays there, though. I wonder if they have, let's see, diving legs up. There's got to be other variations of it. Let's see. Dive versus. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, shit. I ain't taking that. Oh, damn. Not much room for error there, is there? That's more like it. I knew it. That I can get behind. Yeah, I mean, that dude did shit that... I mean, sometimes I kind of get the point, but, you know, like that whole mass transit incident. You got some big dumb goofball comes in. He helped you out in the sense that you guys are short-staffed. You're going to throw him into a match. And, yeah, he's probably stupid, and you should tell by talking to him for 2 minutes that this guy just don't know the business. And just tell him no to his stupid questions. We ain't doing your stupid shit. And you can rough him up a little. But, man, that shit that he did to him. No, that was over the top. Yes, there it is. All right, now we shall go to our uploads. And where are these boys at? Delete. Delete, delete, delete. Fight for what's right. Yeah, they're not alphabetical in the upload. It's based on the last order of creation. So once again, you'll always find my stuff with that name tag right there. One Nation, number one, the word nation. Yeah, but as the circumstances were, they got a house ready to go for a show. There were people, I think, weather prevented people from getting there travel-wise. And you got this dude walks in saying, hey, I'm a trained wrestler. I mean, how do you verify it on the spot? I don't know. I mean, you probably know better than I would. He had names of different places he claimed he was trained at. They all sounded legit enough. He's a big boy. Fills a need. Probably could have booked him with somebody a little bit more sensible. That's the whole thing. All right, so if we look at this, we got, 5 across? So we got 20 altogether, right? Yeah. And all of my slots are full, but they keep on disappearing when you upload new people. Don't ask me why. But, so according to this, I only have 20 wrestlers that you can download. However, watch this, boys and girls. Maybe the new patch will fix it. Who knows? Download. So I'm going to go here as if I am looking for content. And I'm going to search. And now how many do you see? More than 20. So even the ones that are deleted are here and downloadable. Like my John Moxley, I deleted him first. But if I want to, I can still download them. So 20 is not the limit. It's a limit you can see on your screen. Even then, it's kind of getting a little weird with that. But I'm actually happy about that because I always thought putting a cap on it was a stupid idea. So by the fact that the game's so screwed up this year, they can't even cap things off the way they normally would. Hard to tell in this picture. I kind of airbrushed in the little beads on the end of the hair and stuff like that from back when he had his little, I don't know, I guess you'd call them dreadlocks, even though they weren't quite dreadlocks. And there's Scotty. The Worm. Let's see what's doing here. So Moxley by far my download leader with 3,500. Billy Gunn is my surprise. He broke the 1,000 mark. Last year, Billy Kidman was rocking it. But as you can see, he's down the list quite a way yet. And I honestly thought he'd do much better, especially because there's a few up there, but I'm just going to say not as good. But it's like a lot of people just haven't bought the game this year. That's what it really comes down to. You don't have the same audience. Benoit, just under 400. Malenko, 300. Right in there now. Rick Steiner is moving up my ladder of popularity here. Raven thought he'd be doing a little better, but he's there. He got ahead of Owen. Now, there's a lot of Owen Harts to compete with, so I could get that. Pillman, 209, respectable. But, yeah, man, the 191, by this point in time last year, he was already in the high, like, 500s-600s. And now, I think last I checked, he was downloaded last year's game. I'm guessing right now it's like 6,000 times, give or take, maybe more. But it is a big-ass number up there for a guy from 1990-something. Shamrock, 162. I like the way Tajiri turned out. I was happy with that one. 154 there. Thought Road Dogg would be higher up since Billy Gunn's so high up. And I think Road Dogg turned out pretty good too. So, but 152 is a number. One of my newer ones, The Godfather, is already respectable, almost at the 100 mark. Again, these are older wrestlers that a lot of the young kids don't know nothing about, don't care nothing about, and a lot of our people didn't buy this game this year because they were smarter than I was. Dookie, what's up, my friend? Yeah, Sean, I get it. And I don't think Paul E would have done it either, except for the fact that there was no time to check all the credentials. He had stuff with him that looked legitimate. I mean, if somebody's going to produce, it's like going to a bar. If you've got really good ID that's fake, and I serve you a drink, if I've done my due diligence and I've checked it and that ID looks good and you just went out and spent a lot of money on a fake one, then what am I supposed to do? I mean, I'm not an expert in knowing every damn thing about everything. Taz only 78. I thought he'd be higher than that. Rob Van Dam, that's misleading because my original Van Dam didn't have a face scan, and then I took it down and put this one up once I added the face scan. So I would guess, I have to remember what it was. I think we're just over like 110 or 120 if I was to remember that one. Luger, woefully low, 57. 62 on the show. Bradshaw was doing well and then cooled way off. Oh, that's also the same thing as RVD, though. It's the second running of Bradshaw. Then we got Goldust. Been debating on making a second attire for him. Maybe once we get a little wilds down the road there. Lance Storm, relatively new at 44. This is another surprise, man. I really like the way DDP turned out. There are some other good ones out there. I'll say that. I saw that. There's the other Luger, 29. So altogether we're at about 80, almost 90. Cactus, another one I was surprised. See if that low. For all the ones that people may be downloading and then realizing it's no good. For when you were able to take the mask off, but then the hair floats above his head, so. Jeff Hardy also, wow, way down, 14. I thought he'd be higher up. And then we'll see how these two guys do. Good thing is, I already got my diamond level because they didn't fix that shit. And that's where we's at. So, as I said, I got another couple days off here while we figure out things because working at the same place isn't going to happen. We got to be moved around. And I took some time off for myself. I said, you know what? I can't be in the environment that's causing the issues. So in a few more hours, I'll be talking to people up in higher levels about what the fuck and see what happens from there. But Yeah, I just right now I got nothing else. Yeah, you got to get people in the ring, do the job, do the show. And if somebody's coming up to you with he had papers and everything, you know, might not have had a driver's license, but that don't mean nothing. A lot of people don't have a driver's license that are old enough to drive. Especially if you're young in your wrestling career, you probably don't got money for a car. So, plausible deniability. How's that sound? I'm sure on his deathbed, if you were to ask Paulie, did you know he wasn't 18? Of course I knew. Yeah, what kind of insurance would you get for that? I mean, what's being insured exactly? You are, I'm presuming. Because, I mean, they're not going to cover wrestlers. Yeah, exactly. Uber is your friend. Especially if you're a good heel and you piss people off. You don't want them fucking up your car. It insures the fans? Well, that's interesting. I don't know how that would have helped Paul Lee, though, in that situation. What is it insuring them for? Like trip and fall in the arena or something like that? Had one on a bicycle. Hey, I can't say shit, man. I was biking it for all the way up to like 19. Then the good old days. All right, guys, I'm starting to wind it down here. I think, like I said, I've had shit sleep for the last 24 hours, a little more than that probably. It's starting to catch up with me. I'll probably sleep for another hour and a half and then wake up again, the way things have been. Just know, I definitely want to do the NWA's Battle of the Belts show sometime in the next 48 hours. So I'm hoping to do that. It won't be because I don't have the time. I just got to get my, self into a place where I can just kind of move in that direction for an hour or so. And I don't feel like I'm there quite yet. But Battle of the Belts is going to be a good show. I'm looking forward to it because we're going to be battling for belts we ain't seen there yet. And we're going to decide some titles and things like that. It's going to be a fun time. And I want to be able to do it justice, so. In case a wrestler comes in contact with a fan. But doesn't the fan normally initiate that? I mean, if you hit me and I'm a wrestler, I can't help the fact that you just ran into my fist. How much does insurance like that cost a small promotion? Everybody hold your breath. I don't think I've seen IWA Mid-South. No, it's not ringing a bell anyway. Is that about 2,000 per show? And how much insurance are you getting for $2,000? It can't be per show, man. Small companies aren't making that. Yeah, but is that per show, dude? I wish I didn't have the 7-second delay. I apologize, but... Okay, that's much better. I'm like, they ain't making that kind of bank, man. Well, for a whole year, I suppose that's definitely worth it. Peace of mind, baby. Peace of mind. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap. But like I said, we will be doing some NWA stuff here in the very near future. In the meantime, I appreciate you guys being here and keeping me company. Rough night right now. Just, it'll be better. I'll be happy if things work out the way I think they might, but time will tell. All right, guys, see you again real soon right here on the Nation Network, and we will be ringside with some NWA Battle of the Belts.
He's just a common man.